What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. This is serious. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this shit. Amen. Say man, we are lit, eh? Land over kids, man. Turn. Today, to motherfucking day. Straight heading outside the biggest creep. Yes, sir. Off the bat, man, I'm finna let y'all niggas know this finna be a long video. So get ready. I mean, it's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I watched it all, so you did. Hey. It's a nice motherfucking video I'm putting in this bitch, so make sure y'all fuck with your boy, man. I'm finna give y'all like the straight up details in the beginning and what's like to bring y'all down through what's going on. And you know, I'm gonna come back at the end of the video and tell you how it is and how it's not, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the video. Come to y'all as a black Hebrew Israelite, man. We just trying to be out here and get lit, man. Make sure you fuck with your boy, man. Get turn, and yeah, let's get into this. Alright, boom. So today, today, we got one of YNW Melly friends. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I know his name? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got too many names. I know it's YNW Station, YNW Juvie, and YNW Melly. Fuck we talking about. But, you know, he had his last friend on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And they said he snitched. Which, you know, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I would look at the shit. But now, as I see it, he kind of did snitch, you know what I'm saying? Because he said that he changed his clothes and shit. But, you know, because I have one of my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? He was sitting beside me, he was talking shit. So I didn't want to really kind of pay all the way to attention. I was trying to be into the video, but at the same time, he was talking and shit. But, hey, so his friend, man, I mean, he never did say YNW Melly did the gun shooting or hit the gun or anything, which was crazy. Was he snitching on, like, he was being really, really detailed and for the case, and yeah, he kind of did, but I mean, it wasn't like just too crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was that, yes, he did it, you know what I'm saying? We would be on some crazy shit, because no, I all think he did not do it type shit, like, so, you know what I'm saying? So, we got his other friend in this bitch, and his other friend, man, held it down, you know what I'm saying? They tried to set this nigga up so many times. You know, when I went to court, man, you know, fuck that bitch. She was a white bitch, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that bitch, you know what I'm saying? She told me to go and put the time down, get the case over with, type shit. So, you know, this white bitch, she was trying to switch that nigga up so many damn times, but he held it down, and he said that you know, he didn't shoot the nigga, so you know what I'm saying, he wasn't gonna go to no case. He wasn't going to no jail in the first place, you know what I'm saying? He just trying to stick up for YNW Melly. So, you know, he was trying to tell that nigga, hey, cause they was trying to ask where YNW Melly slept at and how long did he been knowing him, and then YNW Melly cry and how do they know each other and what happened when they went on the drive-thru and was YNW Melly even in that bitch when he got shot. And he held it down. He said that YNW Melly didn't even have the motherfucking phone, bro, because everybody was, you know what I'm saying, everybody was using that bitch. So I'm gonna let him speak on what everything is going down, man. You know, I just want to give a little bit of the details of what's going down. They try to go really deep and trying to switch him up and use his statements against him. So make sure y'all watch these videos and like, subscribe these videos up, man. You know, we try to give out all the heat. Even if it's a long ass video, man, just, hey, support your boy, man. Watch it all the way through, man. Let's go get this bitch started. We did. And alright.
This word affirmed, the testimony which you give in this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Please state your full legal name for the record.
Shard Davis.
Please spell your first and last name for the call.
ADRIANDAVIS.
Thank you, sir.
Please have a seat. Davis, that microphone in front of you will adjust up or down, but does not move back and forth. Okay, you ready to go?
Yes.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Good morning.
How old are you?
24.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
No.
Your Honor, and from Bolster.
Do you have a nickname?
Yes.
What is it?
AD.
Okay. First of all, put your hand away from your mouth because these folks have to hear it. Okay? Now, I need you to speak into the mouth. Do you know someone by the name of Anthony Williams?
Yes.
Do you know what his nickname was?
Sack.
Do you know someone by the name of Christopher Thomas?
Yes.
Do you know what his nickname is?
Julie.
Do you know a person by the name of Cortland Henry?
Yes.
And do you know his nickname?
Yes.
What is it? Do you know,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I'm sorry,
Boy.
Bort, B-O-R-T. Do you know Jamel?
Yes.
Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Would you point him out for us?
Right there.
This young man right here?
Yes.
Do you know him by another name?
Melly.
Do you know someone by the name of Cryin Glass?
Yes.
Do you know his nickname?
Fetty.
Do you know someone by the name of Jacoby Mills?
Yes.
And do you know his nickname?
Kobe.
And how about, do you know someone by the name of Dontavius Withers?
Yes.
And you know his nickname?
Tate.
Let's start off with the first individual I named, Anthony Williams, also known as Sack. How did you meet him?
9th, 10th grade school.
How about Christopher Thomas? How did
Same.
you meet him?
During school.
Portland or Cortland Henry?
Met him in elementary.
How about Melly?
6th grade.
Cryin Glass?
Probably during school, 9th to 10th grade.
And his nickname was
Fetty.
Jacoby Mills?
Since elementary.
Okay. And finally, Dontavius Withers.
Down here. For a lot of the.
So you went to school with Williams, Thomas, Henry, Melly, Glass, and Mills. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's talking. I'm moving. At any time during school, did any of you have any problems with each other?
No, not at all.
Would you label yourself good friends, associates, close friends, or what?
Good friends, close friends, best friends.
Now, did Melly also have another name besides Melly and Jamel?
Yeah.
What was?
We only called them that those crazy legs.
Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
And why was he called Crazy Legs?
Because he liked to dance.
And that's why he got that nickname.
Yeah.
Was Melly a big kid, normal sized kid when you guys were in school?
He's small.
Did there come a time that Melly, and when I'm referring to Melly, I'm referring to this young man, Jamel.
Yes.
Did there come a time that Melly got involved in the music industry,
Yes.
specifically rap music?
Yeah, back then.
Now, you grew up where?
Vero Beach.
And do you still live up in that area?
No, sir.
Where do you live?
West Palm.
And by the way, what do you do for a living?
My granddad owns properties, rental properties and stuff, real estate. So we just cut grass, paint, whatever we need to do, keep the properties up.
I want to draw your attention to the year of 2018.
Mhm.
Did there come a time that you came down to Broward County, Miramar, Florida.
Yes.
About when was that?
I don't remember exactly, but I want to say probably like September, July, something.
Okay. And where did you stay?
At Jamel's house.
Who else was living at Jamel's house when you came down in August or September of 2018?
Me, Jacoby, Melly, Sack, Juvie,
Juvie was Christopher Thomas.
yes, Tay, and Cortland.
And was Melly in the rap music business at that time?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Did you all get along together?
Yes.
Were there ever any arguments, fights amongst you guys?
No.
And is that where you met Dontavius Withers?
Yes.
And does he have a nickname?
Tay.
Who was paying the bills at the house?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Melly was.
Let's go to the day of October 25th, and so you have an idea where I am. This incident that we're here on occurred in the early morning hours of October 26th. Okay? And I'm referring to the shootings of Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas. On October 25th, the morning of, and during the day, what were you doing?
Just chilling at the house, hanging, smoking and drinking.
Who were you smoking and drinking with?
Jacoby, Tay, everybody who usually be at the house.
Okay. Williams,
Yeah.
Thomas,
Yes.
Portland Henry,
Yes.
Trevon Glass,
Yes.
Dontavius Withers.
Yes.
And were there plans to go to a recording studio that evening?
Yes.
Did you in fact go to the recording studio?
Yes.
And that was after you all were, for lack of a better term, smoking dope, weed,
Yeah.
correct? And having a few drinks.
Yeah.
What was the drink of choice, out of curiosity?
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
Who all went to the studio?
Me, Jacoby, Melly, Sack, Juvie, Cortland, Trayvon, and Tay.
Okay. Do you all go in the same car?
No.
Going to the studio, approximately what time did you get there?
I don't remember.
Was it during the day or at night?
At night.
Did you go in the same car, or were there two
We
cars?
took 2 cars.
What type of cars were they?
A Jeep and a Mitsubishi.
What color was the Mitsubishi?
Red.
Will you tell this jury who got into the red Mitsubishi to go to the studio?
Me, Jacoby, Tay, and Fetty, Trayvon.
And who got into the Jeep to go to the studio?
Melly, Sack, Juvie, and Boyd.
Who drove? Do you know who drove the Mitsubishi to the studio?
Tay.
That would be Dontavius Withers.
Yeah.
Do you know who drove the Jeep to the studio?
I think Boyd did.
Okay, that would be
Cortland, yeah.
And what was the purpose of going to the studio?
To make music.
Did anyone fall asleep at the studio?
Yes.
Who?
We all did.
That was from the day of smoking weed and having a few drinks.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did any arguments occur between any of you at the studio?
Not at all.
Did there come a time that you all left the studio?
Yes.
Did you leave the studio earlier than what was scheduled?
Yeah, I believe so. So we were all in there asleep.
Will you tell the jury who got into the red Mitsubishi?
Me, Jacoby, Trayvon, and Tate, Dontravius.
You know who got into the Jeep?
Cortland, Jamel, Sack, and Judy.
Where were you going?
Home.
Did anyone fall asleep in your car?
Yeah, we about all did except for the driver.
Did there come a time that you were woken up before you got to the house?
Yes.
What happened?
We pulled over, and that's when Melly got in the car with us.
Do you know where you pulled over?
And I don't really remember.
Were you woken up?
Yeah, but
Why?
it was like, because I was getting pushed over a little bit.
And are you 100% sure that this young man got into the red Mitsubishi?
Yes.
What happened to the Jeep?
I think they just kept going.
Where'd you go? Unlock the door?
Yes.
Do you know who has the keys to Melly's house on October 26th in the early morning hours?
Jamel and Borton. They the only one who had keys to the house.
Did you have a key to the house?
No.
Did Williams have a key to the house?
No.
Did Christopher Thomas have a key to the house?
No.
Did Trevon Glass have a key to the house?
No.
Did Jacoby Mills have a key to the house?
No.
And how about Dontavius Williams? Did he have a key?
No.
Okay. So the only two people you know who had a key to the house was this young man
Yes.
and Cortland Henry.
Yes.
Did you see this young man unlock the door of the house?
Yes.
Who was the last person to get out of the red Mitsubishi to go inside the house?
Trayvon, he was in the hospital asleep.
He was in the car asleep when you got to his house?
Yeah.
Did you see where Melly went?
To his room.
And where was his bedroom?
When you first walked in the house, it can't miss it. It's right down the left.
Okay. This is a 1 or 2 story house.
2.
Where did you go? Where did Dontavius Withers go? I'll bring it up.
Thank you.
Do you know where Dontavius Withers went?
To his room upstairs.
Do you know where Trevon Glass went?
To the room upstairs.
Do you know where Jacoby Mills went?
He slept on me.
So the 3 of you, the 4 of you went upstairs,
Yeah.
correct? And this young man went into his bedroom.
Yes.
Say it. Rephrase.
How many people went upstairs to go to sleep?
3.
And you?
Yeah.
That would be
Me, Jacoby, Melly. Well, no. Melly was downstairs in his room. Me, Jacoby, Fetty, and Tate. So 4 of us.
okay. And Melly went to his bedroom.
Yes.
Did there come a time in the early morning hours that you were woken up and heard some distressing news?
Yes.
What did you hear?
The second Julie was shot.
When you heard that, did you see Melly in the house?
Yes.
Did you see Melly how he was dressed in the house?
Yes.
What was he wearing?
Shorts and a t-shirt, I think.
Okay. Upon hearing that Sack and Juvie, and I really should use the correct names, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas, were shot, what did you guys do?
We were already dressed and stuff, so we just left with Fredo's house.
Was anybody upset or crying?
Yeah, we all were crying.
Was this young man crying?
Yes.
Are you sure of that?
Positive.
And where'd you go?
Fredo's house.
That would be Fredo Bang.
Yeah.
Do you know Fredo Bang's real name?
No.
Frederick Gibbons, by any chance?
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Did there come a time after you got to the house of Fredo Bang that Cortland Henry showed up?
Yes.
Did Cortland Henry tell you all what happened?
Yeah, he said it was a drive-by.
When Cortland Henry arrived at Fredo Bang's house, was Melly there?
Yes.
Did you eventually leave that house?
Yes.
Approximately what time did you leave that house?
I really don't remember.
Where'd you go?
Back to Jamel's house.
Who went with you?
Me, Trayvon, Jacoby, and Fetty.
By the way, when you first learned that Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas were shot at the house with Melly, did anyone get on the phone?
Yeah.
Did anyone have any problem locating the phone?
Yes.
Who was that?
Jamel.
You, when I backed up for a minute, you were telling the jury that you went back to Melly's house.
Mm-hmm.
You got an answer, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
She can't take down, shake your head. How'd you get in?
The door was unlocked.
Were you aware whether or not Melly had a contractual agreement to do a video shoot that day?
Yeah, it was something like that. I know he probably would have lost a lot of money if he didn't go to the music video. He was upset.
Was Melly crying at Fredo Bang's house?
Yes.
Were you crying?
Yes.
Because you all grew up together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Now, did you in fact tell this what happened on October 25th and 26th to this particular prosecutor?
Yes.
Were any of us, any of the lawyers present?
Objection, relevance.
The same.
Did you tell the prosecutor, when you spoke to the prosecutor, were you under oath,
Yes.
sworn to tell the truth?
Yes.
Objection, proper bolstering.
Sustained.
Are you 100% sure
Objection, asked and answered.
that Melly got into the red Mitsubishi to go home?
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that this young man learned of the shooting of his friends at the exact same time you learned of it?
Yes.
And that was at the house.
Yes.
Are you 100% sure that when people were getting on the phone, that this young man was looking for his phone to call people?
Yes.
May I have one moment, please?
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions.
Counsel, is there any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're ready to proceed?
Thank you. Mr. Davis, you said you're 100% sure that Mr. Dennis found out at the same time you did.
Yes.
No questions about that. You're sure he was at that house?
Yes.
And you were upstairs?
Yes, ma'am.
He was downstairs.
Yes.
But you're sure he was there, you could see him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And you are 100% sure his phone was missing?
Yes.
Where in this statement on May 5th did you ever say that?
Objection.
Suggestion.
It was never asked.
Thank you. Counsel, so I guess the objection is improper impeachment, so rephrase your question. I sustain the
So,
objection.
you met with me on May 5th of 2022, you remember that?
Yes.
And you remember sitting down, you were present? That's a yes?
Yes.
Your two attorneys were present that you brought? That's a yes?
Yes.
And I asked you questions for quite a number of hours. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember being asked if you had met with anyone else with regards to this case?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember being asked if you had met prior to speaking with me with the attorney sitting over to my left?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know who they were, and my lawyers told you that.
Okay.
I didn't know their names.
But you remember meeting with them?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember asking and being asked a question about what you talked about with them?
Yes.
Did you remember what you told them?
No.
Do you remember what you told them now?
Yes.
So are you telling this jury that when you were speaking with me, you forgot?
As in, what I'm telling them now, as of right now, yes.
So on the phone on that, do you remember if Mr. Devins had a passcode on his cell phone back then?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? And in terms of, would you be surprised to find that there was one on that cell phone?
No.
Did you know the passcode?
I don't think so. I don't even remember if he had one. We all use this phone sometimes. We all use each other's phones.
So you would use his cell phone? Why?
Talk to females.
Do you pretend to be him to get women? Because you couldn't get them on your own?
Objection.
Why would you use his phone then?
Let me rule before you ask the next question. All right? It's overruled. Go ahead, answer your question. Go ahead, ask the next question.
So, with regards to your living situation there, you were not paying any rent, right?
Oh, no.
And nobody was paying any rent in that house except for the defendant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So, do you remember that evening driving to the studio?
Yes.
You remember who was in which car?
On the way there, yes.
And you remember who was on each car on the way back?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any threats that were made to anyone that night?
No, ma'am.
Did anyone have any other conversations or discussions about threats from outside parties?
No, ma'am.
Is anyone worried about their safety?
No, ma'am. But Melly's a rapper, you know, he's always going to be a target.
I'm sorry.
I said he's a rapper, so he's always going to be a target.
Okay. And do you remember stopping on the side of the road?
Yes.
Where did you stop?
I don't remember. It's like flashes and blinks, drinking and smoking, so I just know we stopped.
You know you stopped.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember if that was on a highway?
Not at all.
Okay. Do you remember if it was on a divided 4-lane road?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember if you guys were using GPS to get home?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember if you knew the route home?
No.
Okay. Do you remember what phone number you had back then?
No, ma'am.
You don't remember your phone number?
5 years ago, so.
Okay. Do you remember if you were awake or asleep?
Just told you. We were asleep.
You were asleep.
Yeah.
And you said you were intoxicated?
You didn't answer out loud.
Yes.
Do you know why the car stopped?
No.
Do you have any conversations or messages with the defendant?
No, ma'am.
Did you have a phone call with him?
No, ma'am.
When you stopped, was the gray Jeep in front of the red Mitsubishi?
Yeah, I believe so.
Have you ever answered that question differently?
I don't think so.
If I were to show you your statement from May 5th, 2022, would that help you in answering if you'd ever said something different than what you just testified in court?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, approaching with page 33 of the statement, counsel. Will you just read silently to yourself?
One line?
Lines 18 through 20.
Yeah. I basically told you I don't remember.
Okay, so now your answer is I don't remember if the
Yeah.
Jeep was in front or the Mitsubishi was in front.
If you watched the video, they pulled off first, so I like it. It was in front of us.
Oh, so you watched the video.
You showed it to me.
In terms of the trial, have you been watching that online?
No, ma'am.
In terms of when you got home, you mentioned that you said Mr. Demons went to his room.
Yes.
Have you ever answered that question differently?
No.
Okay. On May 5th, 2022, remember that statement?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, did you say, I don't know where he went? I assume his room.
I don't know.
You don't. But looking at your statement, help refresh your recollection on that?
Yes.
Okay, page 34, lines 12 and 13, counsel.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you previously give a different statement that you didn't know where he went and you were assuming he went to his room?
Yeah. He went into.
So with regards to the car, you're saying that you got pushed over when somebody got in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. And with regards to being pushed over, did you wake up when that happened?
Like it was flashes. Like yeah, I guess you could say I woke up.
Okay. And did they move you over or climb over you?
I don't remember.
Have you ever made a statement that's different than that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. Again, page 33. Question was asked: did they climb over to get you to the middle over you to get to the middle of the back seat? Your answer was, I think I was at the window, so no. I think they might have climbed over me.
Okay.
So, is it your testimony that somebody climbed over you, or you pushed over?
I mean.
Or that you don't remember?
Yeah, I don't really remember.
You don't really remember?
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of the phone, right? Did you see anyone get into that gray Jeep?
No.
You remember going to Frito Bank's house?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember seeing the defendant there? Is that a yes?
Yeah, he was there with us.
And you remember leaving there afterwards?
Yes.
And you remember going back to the defendant's house?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember at that point that when you went back to the defendant's house, it was you, Cryin, Glass, or Fetty, and Jacoby Mus. That's it?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And you said that you were in and out of sleep and intoxicated.
Yes.
And in terms of you remember that Cryin was the last person to get out of the car?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
You believe so, or do you remember? Which is it?
Yes.
And you know, and you mentioned about Mr. Demons looking for his phone, right?
Yes.
So of course he used your phone to call it and try and find it, right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember how he was trying to find his phone?
Just in the house looking for it, just like you would do if you lost yours.
So he didn't, try and do Find My iPhone or anything like that. Of course he used yours to do that, right?
I don't remember.
Of course he used something like, an Apple iWatch and set it off.
Objection, there's no testimony that he had
I
it.
don't
Like
remember.
that.
Excuse me,
Okay.
one at a time. You asked the question. Objection noted. Overruled.
So of course he did all that. He went on Find My iPhone and he's looking for it.
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. And of course he is using everybody else's phone to try and find it.
I don't know.
You don't remember. Okay. But conveniently the phone's missing that morning.
Objection to the form.
Sustained.
Yes.
I sustain the objection.
So with regards to your conversation, you had texted back and forth with the defendant prior to this event occurring, right?
Yes.
And he had sent you a picture of his driver's license from that phone number.
Yes.
Oh. So you knew Mr. Demons, the defendant, Melly, to use that cell phone, 772-713-9807.
I don't know what the numbers is.
You had it saved in your phone, right?
Yeah, but I can't just remember a phone number like that from that long ago.
Oh. And your testimony is that he's looking all over the house.
Yeah.
So in terms of the phone, did you see it again that day?
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Okay. And in terms of the phone traveling up to the video shoot up in Cocoa, you don't know how the phone would have got up there.
I don't know.
And you didn't shoot Mr. Williams or Mr. Thomas, right?
No.
But you know who we're talking about, right?
Chris and Anthony.
Yes. And in terms of the messages and things for Mr. Henry, you're aware that his phone was broken at that time, right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
In terms of Mr. Demons, you know he was dating Mariah Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know that Mr. Demons would FaceTime her on a regular basis.
Objection.
What's the objection?
There's no evidence of that.
I don't know.
Overruled.
So you know, and Mr. Demons would,
Excuse me, use the correct name.
Mr. Demons, my apologies. Mr. Demons would FaceTime and video chat frequently.
Yes, that's what you got a phone for.
And Mr. Davis, you never met with Detective Mark Moretti? You never gave a statement?
No, ma'am.
And so the first time that you ever said anything about the phone being missing was today, July 18, 2023?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Few questions.
Is there any regret? Go ahead, sir.
Detective Moretti never even talked to you during this investigation, did he?
No, sir.
And the bottom line is, at the time you learned that Christopher and Anthony were shot, Zach and Juvie were shot, this man was at his house, correct?
Yes, sir.
And did you tell that to the state?
Yes.
And were they the first ones who contacted you about this case?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is this witness excused?
Yes.
Sir, thank you very much. You may step down. You're excused. Counsel?
We would, at this time, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need a few minutes with the attorneys. Do not discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in your presence. Certainly no research. All right? Just leave your notepads on your chairs. Thank you.
I'll be back. So if you see from that motherfucking man, that motherfucker cracked a white bitch. She was trying to get him to get like go, like you know how motherfuckers be on some, they be on some like motherfucking like, oh, they try to get you mad so you can just go on flip the story and shit, like, cause you know what I'm saying? She was trying her hardest, you know, she had a little stank ass attitude, like, oh, I know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, bitch, you got every document in your fucking face. Of course you know what the fuck is going on. You know everything what the motherfucker said, bro. She done had a little stank ass white attitude and shit, like, oh, like she just know everything, bitch. You got the motherfucking papers right in your fucking face. If you didn't know what the fuck he said, bitch, we gotta be on some can you read type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you trying to get that nigga to switch up on what he was saying and shit. The other dude was getting mad because he's like, do you know that if Y&W Melly was crying? He's like, yes, he was crying. Are you sure? This man right here is crying. Yes, you bozo. What are you talking about? Nigga, he just said it like 300 times, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they were just trying to badger this nigga, man. They wanted this nigga to give up on Y&W so bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he held it down, man. Like, you couldn't get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? He said Y&W wasn't even in the shoe like that. They was at the crib. They didn't even know they got shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? And killed like that. So, you know, I feel like, man, you know, his friend's not gonna just go up there and just completely lie. You know what I'm saying? Because some motherfuckers just go up in that bitch and just completely just fail. You know, like motherfucking Gunner. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just seems like that other nigga in the red, that nigga was a snitch. Like, he gave up on some key details. You know what I'm saying? What kind of helped hurt the Y&W Melly. But this man right here, he held it down. He's like, yeah, Y&W was crying. The fuck, nigga? That was his boys. You know what I'm saying? They've been knowing each other since beginning type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, since high school and shit. And they were, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they were, you know, they try to nitpick on like the how he was saying it, how he was like his yes or mm-hmm. Like, bro, I just feel like they just do that shit all the time, man. They just use. I feel like sometimes they use bigger words, you know what I'm saying, just to trick people. You know what I'm saying? They say English, everybody English is the same. No, the fuck is now. Y'all use big ass fucking words just to trick niggas. Then y'all try to switch niggas' words up and shit. Like, you know everything this nigga was saying. Like, you feel me? They knew everything he said, how long he said it. Like, the shit was like, he was saying like this shit was like 5 years ago type shit. And then I asked, oh, so when they came back in the car, the people, did they climb over you and shit? Like, I feel like, man, they just trying to do anything and everything just to get Y&W Melly. You know, but of course, you know, cause they trying to get so a little bit of justice for what happened to the friend. But they trying to say it's a drive-by. You know what I'm saying? And Y&W Melly didn't even have his phone on him. So we don't know who the fuck that was, you know what I'm saying, with the phone. It could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was using Y&W Melly phone. And she was trying to do some hoe ass shit. She was like, oh, so you use Y&W Melly phone just so you can get females? He like, yeah. So he's like, you could get females on your own? Like, bitch, get your dumb ass on some bitch cock blocking and player hating and shit, bitch. See, that's the type of shit I be saying, bro. She really player hate. She really player hate that nigga, bro. Hates that nigga, bro. Like, bro. She try, oh, so you just use Y&W Melly phone because you can't get hoes? What? Y&W got 3 million fucking followers on his shit, nigga. Who wouldn't fucking use this fucking profile, nigga? You know what I mean? Instagram thoughts on that bitch, nigga? You feel me? They just see the motherfucking the followers in his name, nigga. They like, bruh, you can't hate the player, hate the game, nigga. So yeah, motherfuckers was using his phone and shit. You know, some motherfuckers probably using it to text and shit. So you know, they can't really prove anything of what happened. Like if you feel me, like if he did, like if Why Milly did anything, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? And plus he's held it down. He said Why Milly was crying, you know. They were trying to say, cause I know I left this out in my last one, and you know what I'm saying, it's so much shit that's been going on, you know what I'm saying. They were trying to say that Why Milly that went to a concert right after the damn murder and got lit and shit. But they saying before that he was crying. So you know he didn't want to lose his money, you know what I'm saying? So he went out, did a music commercial, got a little bit hype, and got it lit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you gotta put that shit to the side and focus on what business and keep it moving, man. You know, of course, YNW Milly was like, you know what I'm saying, feeling some type of way that both his friends got popped. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you came in the game with these niggas, man, like, YNW Milly, man, was holding it down with these niggas. But it was YNW Milly at the bottom of the crib, and at the top was the rest of his boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's a little bit of reason for niggas to really take niggas out. If, you know what I'm saying, if YNW Milly is helping his boys to have a spot to stay in, nobody was paying the bills except for YNW Milly. I mean, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they were trying everything they power just to trick him and say some crazy shit. Like, one question I asked him, did he kill him? He was like, no, nigga. I was thinking in my mind, if he would have said yes, if he did it, I was like, bruh, everybody would have just stopped, nigga. It would have been like, if that shit would have been like that, bro. He did it. The dudes who was talking, if he would say he did it, I was like, bro, I think the whole world would have stopped. They were like, wait, stop the fucking presses. You going like you. But hey, you know that's what they be trying to do. They be trying to get niggas to slip up. You know what I'm saying? So you got in them type of situation, you got to hold it down, 10 toes, and can't give up on anything, you know what I'm saying? And plus, like, it's not nothing to give up if they didn't do nothing. So, hey, man, that's all I want to say, man. His friend held it down, man. It's a slim, it helped YNW Milly a lot. You know, it's not on the prosecutors or anything. It's on the jury. So, however the jury is feeling, and you know, some of these jury might even know YNW Milly. YNW is so fucking famous. Unless they got some motherfuckers from Alaska or Antarctica, bitch, who just know motherfucking Eskimo music and shit like that. But other than that, everybody probably know who YNW Milly is. So, hey, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe to this video. And plus, they played his fucking song in the chorus. Like, they didn't know who the fuck he was. They know now. Fuck, nigga. So, hey, man, make sure y'all fuck with your boy, man. Like, subscribe to this bitch up, man. Kevin 2-Turn on this bit, man. We keep on posting up this heat, man. And one thing I always felt like, they was talking about that song, Murder on His Mind. That wasn't even by his friends. That was by somebody else. Like, only people who really know the song knew that was about somebody else. It wasn't even about the dudes who got killed. He made that way before his friends got killed. But hey, man, make sure you like, subscribe to this bitch, man. We out this bitch. Here outside Big Cryin, man. Gang, gang. For real.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.